Imagine, like, getting hit with a $2,500 bill just for the privilege of plugging your car into the wall where you live.
Yeah, that is definitely a huge financial hurdle for, millions of apartment and condo dwellers.
Right. So welcome to today's deep dive. We're looking at this one North Vancouver Strata resident named Harry, and he actually proved to his condo board that the solution to this problem can cost pennies.
Which is incredible, really. Zero expensive hardware required.
Exactly. So we're analyzing a transcript of a meeting between him and the founder of EVnSteven, alongside the EVnSteven website. Our mission today is to explore Harry's journey in proving that cost-effective condo EV charging is totally possible without all that expensive networked hardware. Okay, let's unpack this.
Let's do it. And first, to be completely fair to Harry's Strata Council, they were really just dealing with this complex new problem. They were doing their absolute best to navigate it and find a fair solution for everyone.
Oh, for sure. It's totally new territory for most buildings.
Exactly. And like a lot of buildings, they looked into installing a level 2 EV charging system. But, level 2 requires heavy-duty 240-volt wiring, brand new electrical panels, and this whole networked smart infrastructure. So when they actually ran the numbers, they had to propose a levy of roughly $2,400 to $2,500 per resident.
Wow. And to make matters worse, that fee was calculated based on the square footage of each unit.
Right.
Right. Not like how far a person's parking stall actually was from the electrical room.
Yeah, which is a crucial detail here.
Right, because if your spot is miles away from the power source, sure, the trenching and wiring are going to be super expensive. But what if your park's right next to it? Which brings us to Harry's technical win.
Yes. So Harry drives a Tesla, and his parking stall happens to be in the exact same building as the electrical room.
Talk about lucky.
Right. Because he is so close, he realized he could just run a simple, standard level 1 wall outlet directly to his own condo's power meter.
It's brilliant. It's like, instead of paying for the whole building to build this massive, complex water tower for the neighborhood, he essentially just routed a private garden hose straight to his own personal tap. His electricity usage just goes straight to his own utility bill.
That is a perfect analogy.
Thanks. But I know what you, the listener, are probably thinking right now. A regular wall outlet. Isn't that going to take, 3 days to charge a Tesla?
Yeah, that is such a common misconception. What's fascinating here is how effective that basic setup actually is. A standard level 1 charger provides roughly 100 kilometers of range overnight.
Oh, wow. Wait, really? 100 kilometers?
Yeah. And since the vast majority of drivers commute far less than that in a single day, those incredibly expensive, heavy-duty level 2 upgrades are, often completely unnecessary.
Okay, but here's where it gets really interesting for me. Since Harry is on his own meter, he doesn't even need a charging app, right? He just pays his own bill. So why go through the trouble of testing one?
Well, that comes down to the why of his whole mission. Harry is just deeply community-minded. He wants to help his neighbors out.
Ah, I love that.
Yeah. He wants to prove to his Strata that simple, direct-wired, or just unmetered dumb outlets are the absolute most cost-effective way to electrify a condo. And for the neighbors who, don't have direct access to their own meters, that is where EVnSteven steps in.
Okay, so looking at their website, EVnSteven is a software-only solution, right? Like, absolutely no hardware required.
Exactly. Zero proprietary hardware, which keeps costs incredibly low.
But wait, the documentation says it relies on an honor system, like an honor system for electricity. Yeah. People steal Amazon packages from lobbies every single day.
Yeah.
What's stopping a neighbor from just plugging in, getting free juice, and never scanning the app?
I know it sounds a bit crazy at first, but remember the context. This is a closed residential community where people generally know each other and park in assigned spots.
Right, okay. That makes sense. So how does it actually work?
So it uses a QR code. When you plug in, you just scan it to check in. When you leave, you check out. The software estimates your power usage based on an honor system, and there are literally no monthly subscriptions or network fees.
That is so simple.
Right. It just costs the driver a few cents per charging session via these in-app tokens.
So what does this all mean for you, our listener? I think it just reminds us that navigating community infrastructure doesn't always require a massive hardware overhaul.
Totally. If we connect this to the bigger picture, Harry's journey proves that sometimes the most elegant fix isn't a $1,000 smart charger, which leaves us with a final provocative thought for you to consider. What other modern infrastructure challenges could we solve simply by combining basic software with a renewed sense of neighborly trust? Next steps in community engagement.
A longer, comprehensive version of this conversation is available in the show notes below.
We welcome your comments, feedback, and any corrections regarding inaccuracies in the comments section below.
Learn more about simple condo charging at the EVnSteven website, linked in the show notes.